So last week we started with sub-query for those of us who were able to join. And when we mentioned sub-query, there are queries nested in another query. There are query nested in another query. Can you see my screen, right?
It's not showing yet. Okay, it's showing now.
Okay. So we did sub-query nested in another query. And these are the outline that we have. We've done all of this except for string manipulations. So we'll go back to subquery, right? Seeing some questions or doing like a revision to what we did last week. Or last week was just a very short class. And then we'll do a bit of string manipulations. Does that make sense? So we'll do a bit of string manipulation. Now, let me go to my SQL server. Can you see SQL server or you are seeing the PowerPoint?
The SQL server is on.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to be sure because I've seen the SQL server. Last week, I hope you guys can still remember everything we've done so far. We've done a lot so far. And so last week, that was a very short class. We did, okay, I think this is what I'm going to copy. We did subquery. When I say subquery, there are queries nested in another query. I'm moving down to subquery now. Yeah, this is subquery. Subquery. For those who aren't you said subquery. There are queries nested in another query. There are queries nested in another query. That is what subquery is. That is what subquery is. When you look at the word subquery, it is also a query, but it is a sub. That means it's a query in another query. That's why I call it a query placed within another SQL query. That is subquery. And subquery could be used in the select clause. Could be used in the select clause. It could be used in the from clause. It could be used in the join. It could be used in the where clause. So we gave an example of, but we're just going to do like 3 of them. We gave an example of where you can use it in the where clause. And we did an example last week that says we needed to run a query to return the highest paid customer. To return the highest paid customer. These are all we know. I just selected few columns. Set a few columns. Then I calculated the age of the customer using datediff. I think I've also explained this. We've done this like weeks ago or over a month ago. That one, we did that one to get the customer's age using a datediff function. Using a datediff function. Then I also decided to take the email address of the customer, the gender of the customer, the education, which is the degree, the yearly salary from this table. So since I want to know the highest paid customer, the highest means maximum, right? Highest means maximum. Now, if it's maximum, if I want to know the maximum salary, this query alone this query alone, this one here, will give me the maximum salary, which is yearly income. So I said select max yearly income from customer table. That means I want to know the maximum salary. And so if you do that already, what's that? Okay. If you do that, if you run that query alone, it will give you the maximum salary, maximum yearly income that you are looking for. It's still running. That's the maximum yearly income for a particular customer, for the highest paid customer. So you want to return the information about that highest paid customer. So this one is like saying you copy this amount, 170,000, and you now delete this. You delete this and you put that the result of that query, 170,000 here. So you are saying where yearly income total. So this yearly income to be 170,000, 170,000, 1.7 million is the maximum salary, right? So to give you, produce this information that is equal to the maximum salary, which is this amount. But what gave you this amount, this 170,000, is this query, right? So instead of writing the amount, you just put the query there. So yearly income is equal to this. So this is a subquery. It's nested in this other query. Any question? We did it last week for those who are around. That is just to explain something simple to us. Hope that makes sense. Then I did another one in the where clause. I did another one in the where clause. Another example in the where clause, right? So I said produce the list of customers that purchase goods from us. For you to know whether a customer did a business with you or not, you have to go to the sales table. It is the record of customers in the sales table that shows the customer that did business with you guys, right? So I selected all of this, which we all know from what we've been doing for the past 2-3 months, right? Selected all of this, which is what I've been doing before, simple one. Then from customer table. So all these columns, they are from customer table. So I say where customer key in, that means I'm looking for a customer key in this query. This is just a customer table that contains the record of all customers. But the record of customers that purchased anything from you or that ordered something from you is inside the sales table. So if it's possible you have a record of a customer in the customer table that is not showing in the sales table. Why? Because that customer did not buy anything from you. So this is just a record of customers that you have. But if a customer purchased something from you, the record of that customer in terms of the customer key will be found in the sales table. So select customer key from sales table. Fact internet sales means select all the customer who purchased something from you. Right? When you now get that particular customer, you will now say, okay, I want all to see all the details of that customer. So you now say customer key in, so all the customer key, assuming the customer key from this pane highlighted in blue Assuming the answer is 1, 2, 3. Assuming the answer is 1, 2, 3. I'll just, let's say 1, 2, 3. So I'm saying, remember, there's an open and close bracket. This is a closed bracket. This is the open bracket. It doesn't matter where you put it, either after 3 or anywhere. So far, it is closing. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying the customer key in the customer table that I can locate in. So any customer key that is inside this bracket is what I'm looking for. And what gave you this 1, 2, 3 is this query. So this is a subquery because it is customer key that we selected. So that same customer key from the customer table that is inside the customer key in the sales table, give me their information based on what is selected in the select clause. Does that make sense? Hello?
Hello, very true.
Yeah, we did it last week anyway. So any question? I'm just doing a recap of what we did last week. Any question, please? Any question? Nope.
Sorry, can you actually run the query to see the results? I'm just curious as to what's going to populate.
This one, right?
Yes, please.
It's showing executing query, so we have to wait for it. It's a bit slow today. Yeah.
So my curiosity is actually, um, like, will it be all the, so because it's based on customer key, so will it be every customer that is in the customer database as well as in the sales database as well?
No, the customer in the sales database is this. Is this, right?
Yeah.
This is just the customer key of the customer in the database. But that customer key alone will not give you the name of the customer, the last name, the age, the gender, the email address, the education. So I'm saying the customer in the sales table, right? Give me all the customer in the sales table. So assuming those customer in the sales table, I'm just assuming it is 1, 2, 3, right? Assuming this query in blue gives you customer key in the sales table, and the answer is 1, 2, 3. So I'm saying, remember, there's an open bracket, there's a closed bracket. That one can be anywhere. So far it is open and closed. Doesn't matter. So I'm saying these are the results of that query. Remember, the query I just removed now. That means these are the customer in the sales table. So this customer in the sales table is just 1, 2, 3. So I want to see all of this for customer that is inside the sales table, which is 1, 2, 3. So I want to see all the record, all this information for this customer. So this customer key is in the customer table, right? So we are saying the customer, the information of all this that you want to see is the customer key that is in the sales table, which is 1, 2, 3. I've answered that question. If you have any other question, just ask. Let's deal with it now.
Yeah, sure. So could you please just replace the query again, the one that you removed? So in there, thank you. So my understanding now is all the customers, right, in the the sales table, you want to populate all the columns that you have in the first query, which are the customer key, which are first name, last name, the customer age, email address, so on and so forth. Is that correct?
I don't want to use the word populate. I want to see all this information of this customer,
Yeah.
of this customer that is of this customer that is inside this sales table.
Okay, so I guess my confusion here is which customer are you referring to? So the customer key, there's no parameters to the customer key. So where you have where and in, is there a specific customer that you're looking for? Or so
The
that's my
customers I'm
confusion
looking
now.
for is a customer in blue. This customer key is in the customer table, which is primary key. We've done primary key when we started this bootcamp. This
Yes.
same customer key, if a customer should order, this same customer key will be appearing, this same customer key, which is this one here, it will be appearing in the sales table. So all the customer inside the sales table that the customer will order something from you. So the customer key from the customer table that is also inside the sales table, that is the record that I want to see.
Okay.
So if a customer is in the customer table, but it's not in this sales table, it doesn't show in this record from the sales table in blue, I don't want that customer. That means that customer did not order something from you.
Okay. Yeah, I think now I get it. So basically, the link is the same customers that are in the customer table as well as the sales table, and then should come back with the records, the first name, last name, customer age, email address, gender, degree, and salary.
Yeah, because the same customer you have in the customer table. Of course, a customer will always show as one customer in the customer table, right? And
Yeah.
they have an ID or the key which identifies them as a unique customer. But when it comes to a sales table, if the customer ordered 1 million times, his name, the customer could be showing 1 million times. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the real date table that has a customer table, of course, every customer will appear once. But in the sales table, if you order 20 times, your customer key will show 20 times.
Okay. Okay. Understood.
I've answered that question. So
Yes,
let's do
understood.
one more example before I go into what I think I want to do today. Then if we have more people, then we can throw out the questions or just divide the people in this class to two to go, and I'll send a question. I'll note your names, and I'll send the question to you guys separately so that you guys can work on it in groups. How
Thank you.
far you want to go on it. Yeah. So are you all on the group that was created? Is everybody on that group?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask something quickly just before you proceed, please.
Okay.
Okay, great. Like the question the last person just asked, I know you've cleared it. Just what is just something off my mind. If, for instance, you have a customer database, and that customer database, you have
Or customer
5
table.
million people in
Customer
it.
table. Do
Yes.
you mean customer
So,
table, not customer
okay.
database?
Sorry, you have on the customer table, you have 5 people that are actual customers, and
Okay.
you've got guests that are visiting to purchase, and they've just purchased and they've gone, they are really not there. How can you include those guests in this query to get
It's
this
it
data?
it depends on your um on the way your database is developed. There would have been or there would be if you don't have the record of customers, there should be a table or there should be a log somewhere that will log, because if a customer is not your customer and visits, if the company is really interested in knowing those people, there would have been a configuration on their website or on their whatever, that when a customer that is not their customer try to log in or whatever, they will know it will trigger something that will get the record of those customers. So there must have been a configuration on that. There's no way you can get that one there because there's no provision for it on the website. But if there's a provision on it on the website, then there will be a way to get it somehow, because you would have provisioned a maybe I don't want to go to cloud now. What is coming to my mind is cloud. You would have provisioned something that will log the details, the record of all those customers that are not your real customers, that are guests. So you would have logged them. So in a particular place, then you have access to them. Then you can retrieve them from there. But in this place, you can't, because this is a demo database. This is all we have.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. This one is showing all your customers. It's not showing guests. If there's a table that's showing guests, yeah, we can use that. Yeah. I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yes, you have. Thank you. Perfect.
So let me do one more examples of subquery in the join clause. We've done join, right? Can you guys remember that we've done joining of tables? Now, because before I do that example, because join is like the way the steering is to a car. That is how join is in SQL. If you don't understand join in SQL, then that person have not started at all. I've done join in this class maybe 2 weeks or 3 or 4 weeks ago. So let me ask, before I do a subquery in a join clause or inside a join clause, so I assume be as if I'm just speaking a language that you guys don't understand. What is inner join? Or can somebody explain the different types of join that we have? Let me know, because if I do a subquery in the join clause now, and you don't understand join that we have done for like a month ago, then it will be like something that is like, what's this guy doing? I don't understand. So for those who have been there, can anybody explain the different types of join, even if it's one that you can remember? Can somebody explain for us or to us?
I feel join is inner join is when you have when you combine two tables that have matching values together and generates a new table from them. An
Okay.
outer join is when you combine two tables that do not match, but you want to achieve a separate table to make sense. I don't know.
I think you tried for the inner join. Outer join could be left or right. Left join means give me all the information from the left table. I don't want to go back to this, but for 2 people to answer, that means only 2 people can just remember what we've done. Left join, in this case, this is what we've done in the past. Give me all the record from the left table. Anything inside, it's like I'm really going back. Anything in front of this from the table in front of this guy, which in this case is production.product, is a left table. So if you do a left join, it's not a left table because you are doing left join. Either you are using inner join or whatever, it is still the left table. So if you are doing a left join, this left table, you are saying, give me all the records from this left table, which is production.product, and corresponding or matching record between production.product and production.product subcategory, and also add that one to it. That is left join, then right join in the reverse order. So I assume, because we've done it, so let me do a subquery in the join clause, right? In the join clause. So if I want to see the total number of sales generated from each customer. Total number of sales generated from each customer. There are simple ways of doing it, but I want to do it in a in a, what do you call it now? In a subquery, right? Total, I think we have, sorry, a few seconds. Let me see those who are on the call. Okay, let's continue. Now, total number of sales generated from each customer. Now, I want to start with the subquery first, but I will push it down. So let me say I write select. Now, for you to just start writing, you can't start building, you can't just wake up today and say, I want to start building a house. If you don't know how much they sell, is it gravel or cement or sand? You don't even have a surveyor, you don't have a bricklayer, you don't have a carpenter available, you don't have anybody, you just want to start building a house. You just woke up one day. It doesn't work like that. I can't just, now I'm saying I want to start writing select just because I think I've said this several times. I am familiar with this demo database, a demo database. In your organization, except you have been working there for years and you understand the database, that is when you just start immediately. You need to understand, where is this sales coming from? Who are these customers? Where is this table? So I'm assuming, not assuming, I know that because I've been using this thing before. Does that make sense? Sales can be, I can get sales from a table under AdventureWorks DW. That table is fact internet sales. That is where the sales are recorded, right? That is where the sales are recorded. So, and I understand every column there. I won't go over that because we've done it several times. I understand every column in this, under this sales table. So I know what customer key is, what everything is, and I know the sales amount, which is quantity, unit price times quantity of product bought or purchased will give you sales amount, which is this one in blue. So I know I need to add sales amounts so that we get the sales generated for each customer, right? For each customer, because a good could be purchased, could be ordered 20 times. So it'll be showing 20 times in the database. I don't want to see 20. No, see 20. I want to see all the 20 added together. So I'll say select. Hope I'm communicating. I don't want to say as if I should go back to the beginning. I can't go back to the beginning because we've done it several times. Select what? The question I asked, that can somebody explain types of join that we have, is an interview question. I've said it several times. It's not only you writing SQL, doing Power BI, DAX in Power BI. You are able to build dashboard. You are sound in Excel. You are sound in Python. You are sound in all of these things. That only doesn't take you. I won't say that only is not what you need. You need to be able to talk, all right, and explain. That's why those who are above, most of the time, they are the people. That's why you see manager. Managers are those people that manage people. So you should be able to talk, right? And you are in the stakeholders meeting, right? And you're able to talk through all of these things. You won't be showing them SQL in your stakeholders meeting, except you guys are technical people and they want to understand some. In fact, you won't be showing them code, either they are technical or not. You won't be showing them SQL or Power BI or Python. It is the outcome of what you have done or what you have done. You just want to explain to them in words. So that question I ask you is an interview question. Either you want to do a senior data analysis, you ask a question, they can ask you questions like that. I've seen where for a band, is it band 8 in NHS, they ask that type of question. So it's not, they could ask you anything or they can ask you anything. So it's not just me asking you questions. They are interview questions because you can't just be writing. You should be able to talk. Right? If there's somebody who is very brilliant and he cannot pass information, he can't teach people because he doesn't know how to teach. That person doesn't know that book for himself or herself. They will not employ him. He will just be there. He would not have a job. And people that are not as sound as him, but that can explain, will get a job as a teacher and they'll be making money. So you need to be able to talk. I'm saying it again about it. Anyway, let's continue. Select I want to see the customer key because that is what represents the customer, right? Select customer key. Sum of what? Sales amount, because sales amount will be scattered. A product bought 20 times will show 20 times. Unit price will show 20. So I want to match all of them together and sum them. So I'll say sum. Sales amount as, I want to rename it, so I'll give it an alias as sales generated. Sorry, you can't put iPhone, it's not allowed. Right? Where am I picking this from? I'm picking it from what? This table, fact internet sales. And because I have used a sum, because I have used an aggregate function, and there is a column that doesn't have aggregate function, I must group by this column. I should have asked you, but I don't want to put together that. So that means you group by what? The column that doesn't have the aggregate function. In this one, in this way is the customer key. So just drag customer key from anywhere, drop it. What? Drop it. So this.
Please, I have a question just right there. If I have to query from that select statement, I mean, if I have more than one, which we have here, customer key, and it's not part of the aggregate function, will I have to group by all those ones that do not have aggregate function?
100% yes.
Okay.
Separate them by a comma. Just put a comma, then the column, the comma, then the column, comma, then the column until you write the last column. Yeah. Right? Is that okay?
Yes.
Now.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I've done this. Now, but I want to see who are these customers. I can only see the customer key for me. This one will only give me, if you run this query now, it should work. It's only giving me a customer key, which is like your employee ID with the sales, with the amount generated from the customer. Do you get? So, but I'm not saying who are these customers, what is their name? Do you understand? What is their name? What is their date of birth? I want to know more. A customer key doesn't really, these two results doesn't really cut it for me. I want to see their details. So where do you get their details from? You get their details from where? How do you get the details of customer? You get it from the customer table. Do you understand? So you have to look for the customer table. If you are working with NHS, there's no sales, so it is health data that I'll be working with. Anyway, I just remember that. Let me just tell you that. So, who are the customer? These are the customer who purchase stuff from you, and these are the sales generated from them. But who are these customers? What is their name? What is their gender? what is their yearly income, right? So I will say this one in blue, let's just leave it as it is. Leave it at, assuming it's not existing. It's just giving out the sales for each customer, but I want to see who this customer are. So just leave this one in blue. Leave it like that. Let it stay on its own, right? Let me now write another query. I will say select. Do you understand? Just leave it like that. I want to see these customers now. Now, I will say select first name, right? Remember, first name is coming from team customer table. First name, last name. I want to see the age. I've taught us how to calculate age, but I will just assume you guys know because I've taught you guys date, div, year. That's the first argument. Second argument, the birth date. Then third argument is today's date. And today's date in SQL is get date. Get date, which gives you today's date with an open and close without any argument. Then you close the bracket, which you opened here. You close it here. So I'm saying subtract birth date from get date and give me the answer in years. So I'll say this one as customer age, right? So I want to know the customer's what? Marital status. I want to know the customer's what? Yearly income. I want to know the customer's what? If you are satisfied, you can stop, but let me take one more. I want to know the level of education the customer has. That is English education. The same thing as English education. They not put Spanish. I don't want to say it in Spanish. I want to say it in English. So this is because I know this database. So this is degree, right? Sorry, as degree, right? From where? I'm taking it from this table, right? It's as simple as that, right? Hello, it's as simple as that. Now, I want to do join. So I'll say inner join. Inner join is the same thing as join alone. The word inner is just noisy. So instead of putting inner, you can just put join alone. It will work. But let me do inner join like that, right? Inner join what now? Because I want to join two tables, right? I picked all of these columns from the customer table. So I want to represent that customer with C, which I've taught you guys. I'll say C dot. C dot means it's coming from the customer table, C dot. If you like, put your name dot, it will work. But since it's customer, I want to use C dot, right? C dot. That means customer table, marital status column from customer table, yearly income state, sorry, yearly income column from customer table, English education column from customer table, right? Inner join what? You know, when you do inner join or any join, you are writing from that table, left join or inner join another table. Yes or no? Yes or no? Are you guys there?
We're
Sorry,
here.
we didn't catch the question.
Yes.
You didn't catch.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
said
catch the question. Sorry.
if you if I'm doing join, any type of join, from the first table, left join or inner join, outer join, the what? Second table, right? That is it.
Yes.
Second table. Okay. So because I use C to represent customer table, SQL doesn't know what C is. So in front of the customer table, we've done this several times. So I believe you guys can still remember. Put as C. As is noisy, so you can do without as anyway. So this one is saying this customer table, I'm representing it as C. So SQL now understand that all these C, C, because it's in front of customer, it knows that this C stands for customer table, right? So inner join what? Another table. What is the other table? This is the other table. So instead of saying inner join a table name, so I'll say inner join this. So what do? You open, if you can put the bracket anywhere, open a bracket. That means you are putting all of this in blue, then close the bracket. If you like, put it after customer key, it doesn't matter, or put it down, it doesn't matter. So far you open and close it, and now close it. Right? So instead of inner join, if you go back to this, inner join or left join the other table, right? So this inner join now, instead of a table A, inner join this in blue is now the second table up to the open and closing bracket. So inner join this. Why is this thing appearing like this? Inner join this. This is the second table. So all of this in blue, you have to give it a name. Because when you say inner join or left join or outer join, what should come after it is a table name. But because I have used another select clause as a whole, as a table name, I must let SQL know the name of the table. So I will form the table myself and I will say all of this inside this blue. Yeah, I will say they are, I want to give them a table and I'll say as. Remember, as is noisy. As what? I will say customer sales. So all I'm just saying is inner join this. So it's like saying copying this, or let me say, it's like saying inner join. Let me remove all of this and say inner join customer sales, which is another table. But there's nothing like customer sales inside this database. But what gave rise to that customer sales as a table is this. So I've said join this customer sales, which is this, which is this. What you are seeing in blue is customer sales. So join customer sales to what? Dim customer. As, I said as, on what? Based on what? We don't join. Based on customer key. That's the C from the customer table dot customer key equals to this one too, customer sales, which is everything here. Also has customer key, which is this. Right? So I'll just say customer sales. So customer sales table dot customer key. So I want to take another expression. So I can now come outside here and add another column. I will say comma because everything I picked before was on customer table. So I want to pick record from here. So I can pick record from here. So the record I'm picking from here is I want to pick sales generated. Sales generated is the name of the column inside this table. So I'll now put it here. I'll say sales generated. Control C. Sales generated. But sales generated is from customer sales table. Customer sales, I don't want to represent it with any abbreviation. So I'll just copy customer sales. This is tricky. There are other ways you can do it, but at least the dot sales generated. So if you run this query, so this is a subquery. This is a subquery, right? That's a subquery. So if you run, I know this might be a little bit. So that is the result of what we're looking for. I know there will be questions. Yeah, can we ask our questions?
Yes, my question comes from just the last magic you did. Sorry, I have to use the word magic. Sorry, it just came from the last bit on where you have the customer sales and by customer and sales generated. So why wasn't it there in the first place? Did we need to first create the table in the other query before we include it into that version? And what's the purpose?
I'm thinking of a way to answer your question. Customer sales is not in our table, it's not in the database.
Yes.
I'm the one that formed it myself. So I need to form it first to know the name I want to give to it before I include it in the select clause. Yeah.
Okay, but it was supposed to be there first. It's just that the table wasn't first formed.
Yeah, I wouldn't know except I had it in mind before. Okay, that I know that okay, I would name a column called sales generated. So in my head, I cannot put it because there's nothing like sales generated here in this database. So let me create it first to know the name I will give to it. Then I will now bring it out here. So customer sales is the name of the table, which I formed myself using this. So that is why it is customer sales outside here.
Yeah. Okay.
I've answered your question.
Yeah, fine. Thank you.
Any other question before we go ahead? Everywhere is quiet. Everywhere is quiet. Any question? Okay. That means quietness means there's no question. Lastly, for today, if you're interested in that project, I won't say it's a project, it's just mini stuff. Please reach out to me on WhatsApp privately if you're interested in that project. Then if you guys are up to like 10 or 15, if you are like 15, I will group you guys to 5 to go and work together and solve questions. Then you come and present it next week in the next 2 weeks. And if I didn't say get up to like 10, that means we just continue our class next week, then we head it upper week. And that's the end of it, right? So let's do string manipulation. Strings manipulation. It's even part of this, it's part of this thing already, but I'm not sure if you guys have been able to go through it. String manipulation. You want to manipulate data to fit your own use. You want to manipulate content to fit what you want to do. It's not to alter the database, but the result that you want to get, you want to manipulate it to get what you want to get, right? So this, let me go to what I copied because it's part of what we have done in December, which I said you guys should read because it's part of what I just explained. I'm trying to look for it. I saw it before we started, and I saw it before we started, and okay, let me do Control F, left. Yeah, found. I got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I think there's another place where no. Okay, let me just don't worry. Let me just because I was thinking it to be easier like that way. Let me just treat it from from yeah from myself, from my head. So string manipulation, let's talk about, there are so many string manipulation. There's left, there's right, there's upper, there's lower, there's character index, there's stop, there's replace, there's format, there's substring, uh, there's concat, it's so many. Let's just do as many we can do, maybe like 2 or 3 before we call it a night or a weekend, right? So let's do left, then we do right. Left. We also do right. Right? Left, right, left, right, left, right. Now, string manipulation, it's a skill that is needed if you really want to get your hands dirty, especially when the data is dirty and you are not versed in Excel or versed in Power BI, and you want to manipulate and clean the data set. So when you want to clean a data set, you use string manipulation a lot. We have a lot of string manipulation, a lot. So looking at these results, let me just do something for you guys. It's not part of what I wanted to do today, but I just remember stuff. Yeah. So let me copy all of this query. Yeah. Please study to show yourself approved. Study. So let me copy this query. Let me paste it here, right? Or should I just not bother because this is a big query. It looks too big. Okay, it looks too big. Let me just remove this. It looks too big. It looks, by the time one is reading it, it's like what's this guy saying? When you have the project and I see a lot of people, I'll just roll out group them myself, right? Let me also take us see here. Yeah. I want to do some manipulation. Left, let me use left and right in a, so let me use left. Let me say left. Left takes two arguments. It takes, anytime you write a built-in function in any language, you will see what we call IntelliSense, giving you idea of what that function does, or what, can you see? Built-in function, left, expression, n varchar, the number of, so I'll say left. It takes two arguments. Open your bracket, right? What's this? Open your bracket, right? This is the first argument. This is the first argument. Then I now put, let me put 2. Let me put 2. Or let me put, okay. Let me put 2. Then this, let me put right. Open a bracket.
Please,
Let
where
me
did we
put
get the 2 from?
Don't worry, I will explain. So let me just rename these columns. I will explain now. Relax. I'll say as. Let me just give it something. Extracts. Extract is a keyword. So I don't want to use this.
Maybe initials.
First, okay. So something says use initials. Extract is a keyword, so I don't want SQL to be thinking I'm doing something else. Comma, but that's a first column. Then this one, I will say as last name. Sorry, I'm not that a fan of typing on the keyboard, using the keyboard, but I don't have a choice. So let me put the first name column by itself so that you understand more when you see the results, right? So that you'll be able to relate with it. First name, right? Then comma, so that you'll be able to relate with it. That's why I'm putting it there. It's not necessary, but let me just put it so that you'll be able to relate with it. Last name. These things they're just what you need to start using. If there's need to use it anyway, but so I'm saying, let me run the query for, then I will explain, right? Now, I'm saying left means left, right? This is first name, which is what's wrong with the mouse? Which is this first name column. Down is just first name column. This second one, I'm saying left. Go to first name column. Go to first name column, right? Which is first name column. Yeah. Go to the left of every record, starting from the left. That is the leftmost character. The left character, starting from the left. Pick the first 2 characters. Start from the first 2 characters. Or just, okay, not start. Pick the first 2 characters. Pick the first 2 characters. That means if you check this first name column, this is John, Jon. So initials means JO. That means it is starting from the left of that name of each record. Pick the first 2 characters. So if a name is Paul, this left and 2 we pick, it will start from the left. That is P, because P is your left. Then it will pick the first 2 characters. So it will pick PA. So the result of this one for Paul will not be PA. But that is what I said it should do here. Do you understand? So if you put 1 here,
Yes.
it will pick only the first character from the left. If you pick 3, it will pick, starting from the, to pick the first 3 characters starting from the left. If you pick 4, starting from the left to pick the first 4 character. Understood?
Makes sense.
Then
Yes.
right, just the same thing as left. But now right, go to the right of last name, this last name. For example, Yang, Y-N-G, go to the right. Pick the first character starting from the right. That means if a name is Paul and you put last name and 1, if your last name is Paul, I put last name and 1, and this is one of the last name then comma 1 will yield result L. Because L, right, start from the right. That means you're starting from L. Then pick the first character only. You pick L alone. If this is 2, then to pick UL. Sorry, yeah, UL. Any question? Any question? Let me put
It
one.
makes sense, but
Okay.
in what situation would this be actually be needed?
It depends on what you are doing. It could be, most times you don't really need it alone. You use it with some other functions. You don't just use it alone. When when you say data is dirty, for example, if you have an email address, email address, and the email address is James Bob at yahoo.com. I just found this. I don't know if there's anybody called James Bob at yahoo.com. And it depends on the industry you work. And for one reason or the other, everybody details or customer or whatever has, okay, maybe you want to know if a customer is yahoo.com. Maybe for all your customers, you want to know everyone that are yahoo.com. Or for all the employee, you want to know everybody that are yahoo.com. Maybe there are some others. Let's say for Beam. I don't know if there's anything like that at gmail.com. That means you have a lot of yahoo.com, you have gmail.com, you have .co.uk, you have hotmail.com, you have all of them. So the first analysis, they said, okay, bring out all the ones with Yahoo. So all the customers, let us know if they are yahoo.com or Gmail. That means you don't even need to, they don't want to see this. They don't want to see this from art down. From art down. All they want to do is, are they yahoo.com or gmail.com? Maybe you want to send whatever bulk emails and you need it for one reason or the other. Do you understand? And you don't want to see what comes before the art. You only want to say that it's yahoo.com or gmail.com or hotmail.com. In this scenario, what do you think you will do? You need string manipulation. How will you just get this yahoo.com out now? How will you just do it? How? You need string manipulation.
Hello, sir. Can you please use the email table on this customer database? I think there is an email table there.
That email is stereotyped on customer table, right?
Yeah,
The email, where is email? Email address.
just on that gender.
I've seen that email email address before is not unique. I'm not sure it's unique. You know, I've been using this database for a while. It's a demo database anyway. So let me just, okay, not all. Let me just select the email address. I don't need to see all. I'm not interested. And you see everything is adventureworks.com. But should in case you want to see, let's say for all your customers, they know that their username is always the name that comes before the @ You want to, so for this one now, everything is adventure.works. Sorry, adventureworks.com. So it's not unique. It's not unique. If you check everything, it's AdventureWorks. It's not unique. Right? So for example, they said, okay, everything is AdventureWorks. We want to create an email ID for all of these people. And we want to use the name before the @ as their email ID. So now say extract all their email ID. I don't want to see, don't want to separate. How do you do that? That is where string manipulation comes in. That is where string manipulation comes in. I've answered that question from that lady. I've answered the question.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you
Makes
say
sense. Thank
a
you.
data is dirty, this is how you clean data in SQL. A lot of things. So I don't want to go into some tonight because I can actually bring this out alone. I can bring this out alone. And yeah, I can bring anything out and bring it out alone, whichever way that you want to do it. But let me just teach you two more or one more because of our time. Let me do one more because of our time. We must finish 10:30. Yeah, that's the agreed time. So let's use replace. I didn't plan it, but let's try replace. Replace. Replace is replace. Replace this with this. Does that make sense? Replace this with this, right? So let me say, let me, from that, select. Okay, let me remove all the adventureworks.com, right? Let me replace it with what now? What should we replace it? Let's say we want to replace it with yahoo.com. But meanwhile, you know you are not changing what is in the database. You are changing your own result that you get. So replace all the adventure works. So everything is adventure works anyway. All the adventure works .com. So sorry, with yahoo.com. Yeah, with yahoo.com. So let me still use this one so that it will be like a continuous stuff for us. Do you get? There are so many string manipulations, so many. There's one that I call stuff. That's the name. I can see that it's funny. Let me just write it so that you see. There's one you call stuff. Stuff. There's one you call format. There's one you call char index. That is character index. There's one you call substring. So if you are catching it, you can touch on that later. You can read on that. So sub str. No, sub. Have they replaced substring? Because sometimes, yeah, there's this substring. There's replace. There's cast. Cast is when you want to convert from one data type to the other. Then there's convert. Right? Depends on whatever you want to do. So let's use replace and let's finish the class here. Right? So have I copied all of this? Let me just place it here. Now I want to introduce the email address. So I will say, let the email address come last. So I'll say replace. Replace takes how many arguments? Why is it showing me red? I don't like to see the red. Built-in function, expression to be search expression, replace expression. Okay. So it has given you what to do. So I will say go to email address. If you check that replace again before I start writing, can you see something? Can you see the let me do the IntelliSense. Can you see? Built-in function replace expression to be searched. Search expression. Replacement expression. Expression to be searched. That means you want to search a particular expression. Then the search expression, then the replace expression. So it has given you what to do. So which expression do we want to search? Is email address. What are we searching for in email address? adventureworks.com. Let me just copy this instead of copy. So I'm not interested. I'm only searching for adventureworks.com. So because adventureworks.com is a string that you are searching, it is not the name of a column. It is a string. So you Control C or cut it. So I'm saying go to email address column, search for this. So you have to put it in quotes. Search for this expression. Then replace it with another expression and call that one yahoo.com. So open and close, then close this. So they say as email. So let me put the email address as for so that you see that it's working. This is the end of the class.
Sorry, sir. Let me just ask a quick one. Does this kind of work like how you have find and replace on Microsoft documents?
I can't remember the one
Or
on
even
my
similar
Microsoft
to
document.
something in Excel. Yes.
Yeah, something like on Microsoft Word or Excel, where you see where
Excel.
do you find and replace. So you find a particular character and you replace it with something of choice.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think that is Control F also find and replace in Excel, something like
That's
that.
it,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So yeah, I guess so. But I'm not a fan of Excel like that. Yeah, but I know about Control find in Excel, something like that. Yeah. So this one is go to this email address, not all column. Go only to this email address. Inside this email address, search for this expression. That's why you have to put it in code. If it won't work, single quotes. Search for this expression. Adventure works. What are you doing? Search for this expression called adventureworks.com inside a single quote. Then, if you found it there, replace it with this expression yahoo.com. That is why if you check this expression email address here, has been replaced, everything adventure has been replaced to yahoo.com. Do you understand? Any question?
And it replaced for all the data there. That makes sense.
Yeah, replace. Sometimes if you want to remove this John, the like the ID before the adventure works, you can extract that also. That's when you use car index. So there are so many of them, stuff like that here. And there's also what you call stuff. Stuff is go to this column, starting from the first character to the third character, replace it with this, right? You can say go, for example, stuff. If you use stuff, if you use the stuff, what's this? Stuff will say start from this first character onto the fourth character, take it out and replace it with another one. But you can't just replace because not every character is like this before the art. So you have to look for another way to do that. But that's, you are not doing that anyway. That is when you use stuff. Sometimes you have to combine 2 or 3 or 4 together to get what you are looking for. Anyway, any question? This is the end of the class.
When you say stuff, can you spell that, please? Just so I.
Stuff, yeah. The way you spell stuff, this stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is in SQL, is stuff, yeah. Stuff. Start from this, go to this column. Start from the first character or the second character to this particular character. Remove it and replace it with another one. That's what stuff does. So, any question before I stop sharing? Any question? Let me save this. Saved.
I have a question, please.
Okay.
So, when we did the first one, we did the from dbo.dim customer, yeah? And then there was a select under it. Was that because of the kind of thing we were doing, or was it because you wanted to show us an example of email address?
That one
So,
is that one is a subquery in the join clause. I'm showing you
not
subquery in
that
the
very
join.
first one. Under string manipulation. When we did left, right. When we did left,
Right, yeah.
when you get to the second to the last row, we had the from dbo.dim customer at the very end. And then after that, we had this select.
No, that one is just, I'm trying to get something out. Don't worry about that one. Forget. I'm trying to see what our email address looks like. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Don't get confused. That one just to see how our email address looks like. Any other question? Let me save that also. Saved. If there's another question left, let me stop sharing. Let me stop the recording. I'm coming.